So I did quite a lot of research on the Wildlife Centre before I came here, so when I arrived it was pretty much as I expected, but I had a really warm welcome.
A bit more, and it was exactly the sort of thing I wanted to help with, the welfare of animals and rehabilitation back into the wild, because it's very different from the veterinary side of things where you're treating them, but this is actually getting them back out into the wild again.
And it has absolutely exceeded my expectations. I knew it was going to be great, but it's really been an amazing experience. They are really about putting the animals first here. They don't just talk the talk, they walk the walk.
When you finally get here, the welcome is amazing. You feel like part of a big family.
There's a great bunch of people from all sorts of places, so you get to meet loads of different people. The local staff are brilliant. There's such a great group of people, really good fun.
You normally meet the team, you get a centre tour, you get a town tour within the same day so that you can change your money over, you can be familiar with the area.
I'm actually a teacher back at home, and so this is a chance for me to do something that's a little bit different.
We are 2 vets here at the moment as volunteers, and there is a general vet manager here. We have also some vet nurses and vet students.
You don't have to be a vet to come out here, and I think that's something that a lot of people don't realize. When I first initially read just about the program online and saw what it was that they did, I thought, ooh, I'm really interested, but I don't know if I'm qualified. And coming here, you realize you don't have to be a veterinarian to do this work, because they're going to support you 100% and tell you everything that you have to do. So I feel like a vet while I'm here. I have no interest in changing professions when I get back, but it's been so fun to kind of live a day in their life or a couple weeks in their life and really see what it is like to be a veterinarian, to see what it's like to be someone who works with wild animals.
The work that they do here, the education to school kids that come to learn about the animals as well, it's inspiring for a new generation. It's getting them out there and it's getting them protecting the wildlife, helping with the welfare of current wildlife as well, knowing that poaching and things like that is wrong. And for new generations as well, 5-year-old kids are going to grow up and they're still going to see rhinos, they're still going to see elephants, whereas in 50 years' time, if we keep going the way we're going without any education, we're going to end up without anything like that. So it's keeping it going. So inspiring is probably a very good one for that.
So far, some of the highlights of my time here have been work with the clinic. So we just finished health checks with the pre-release troop of monkeys who are planned to be released in January. It's also been really enjoyable being involved in orphan care, so feeding some of the animals that have been brought in this season. We have a baby monkey, Sprague, a jackal, Naziru, so it's been really interesting and fun to be involved in the care for them, even though a lot of it really is just the feeding and cleaning. It's really cool to be involved with that.
Your experience at the Wildlife Centre can vary depending on how long your stay is. I'm a longer term volunteer here, so I get to do a little bit more of the hands-on work that's happening here. Whereas if you're a short-term volunteer, your experience will vary slightly. Everyone gets involved with the care of the animals, and there's just certain animals that need to have a constant. So if you're a long-term volunteer, you get to be involved more in that side of it, whereas the short-term volunteers are more with the hands-off animals that don't really want to be seeing people as much, but you still get to see the animals no matter how long you're working here.
I got thrown in at the deep end with some vervet monkey health checks before they get released back into the wild. Pretty exciting stuff. I'm a vet nurse back home, so it's fairly similar, just on a monkey rather than a dog or a cat.
So I've mainly been working with the orphans that come in, so I've been very lucky to be one of the few long-term volunteers when I turned up, so straight away I started working with the orphans.
I feed a jackal, and he feeds 3 times a day, and to make sure his enclosure is all clean. I did line observations, I did enrichment, I did assist at the health check. I've done a lot already.
I've helped do a few health checks. Actually, the last 3 days we've just went through a troop of about 24 monkeys doing health checks. So, darting them, catching them, looking them over, taking blood. Just having this monkey so close up to you is amazing. I actually held a 2-month-old baby in my arms today, and it just was like, wow, is this a dream? It's amazing. You would never expect to do anything like that at all. And here I am living the dream.
They do a really good job taking care of you here and making sure that you're prepared for everything. And also just, they have protocols for everything that you do. And part of the protocols is to keep the animals safe, and part of the protocols is also to keep us safe. So I've felt very comfortable, very safe, very at home while I've been here.
So visiting Africa, it is a big, scary adventure. The opportunities and the experience far outweigh any kind of fear or, doubt in your mind that you might not enjoy it. So Malawi and many parts of Africa are obviously very, very different to back home. I live in London. It's a really busy city. There's buildings everywhere, people everywhere. It's a mad rush. Africa, Malawi is obviously very different, other end of the spectrum. It is one of the poorest countries in the world, so there are going to be massive differences. But I think if you're just open-minded, nothing is too... It's not a scary experience. It's just an eye-opening experience. It's a very humbling experience.
And it's been so fun to be a volunteer here and get to know all the different people who are here from all over the world, to hear their stories about what brought them here, and to make some really good friends while also getting to be involved in the animal care. So it's been really great.
So the hands-off policy here is something that really guides a lot of what they do and a lot of what the volunteers are able to do, and the purpose is always really driven home. We want to be able to allow these animals to live a really natural life, and if at all possible, be able to return them to the wild.
I've still got another 4 weeks left, but I really love it here. I wouldn't do anything differently. I would definitely come again. I would recommend it to anyone.
You don't have to be a veterinarian. You can be any profession. You can be any age. We have people who are all different ages, from young to old, any gender. Everybody has something that they bring to the table and can help the center with.